Wicked asks, what is your favorite Indian dish? So South Indian, it would be idli with like a really good sambar. And then North Indian, probably any kind of tikka.
What's that? A politician said something innocuous a few days before an election? It's going to be hard to turn that into a controversy. Oh no, there it is. In case you've missed the great 2020 Paneer Tikka controversy and the tidal surge of news about some election that's going on somewhere, let me get you up to speed. A few days ago, the Democratic candidate for Vice President, Kamala Harris, was asked on Instagram what her favourite Indian dish was. Her answer, anything tikka, was taken note of by Democratic Senator Pramila Jayapal, who took to Twitter to announce that she had made paneer tikka as a form of comfort food in honour of Harris, from a recipe that she had taken from the website Two Slivers and modified. Helpfully, she provided a picture of her creation. It was at this point that a few helpful fact-checkers took to the comments to tell her that this was not in fact paneer tikka, that she should do her research next time, and other things that are, certainly all words. This entire debacle began trending on Twitter under the hashtag Tikka and added fuel to the fire, but the question remains, is this paneer tikka? And if not, then what is it? Let's start with paneer. Paneer is essentially Indian cottage cheese, and its origin is debated. Some scholars believe that it is mentioned in the Rig Veda, which would make it well over 3,000 years old. Other theories see it developed in the Kushan Satavahana era, just under 2,000 years ago, and some have it being brought over to India by the Portuguese in the 17th century. Either way, paneer has been in India for a while. It's made by adding acids taken from fruits or vegetables, think lemon juice, to milk to separate the curds from the whey. It's then wrapped in cheesecloth or muslin and drained before being chilled for a few hours. At this point, I should say that India is a very big place with an incredible diversity in culture, especially when it comes to cuisine. So diverse, in fact, that they don't even have a national dish. So it should come as no surprise that different parts of India diverge from each other at this point in the paneer making process, with northern Indians wrapping the curds in cloth and pressing them for a few more hours, and various East Indian people kneading the curds into a doughy consistency, salting them heavily and hardening them to produce their version of paneer. Other areas of India have even more ways of preparing the cheese. So, paneer is Indian cottage cheese. What about tikka? Well, you've almost definitely heard of chicken tikka, and if you hadn't before, you've now heard of paneer tikka. So what does tikka actually mean? Very simply, tikka is a Punjabi word that derives from the Turkic word tikku, meaning piece or chunk, and it is generally used to refer to an Indian dish of small pieces of meat or vegetables marinated in a spice mixture. As a culinary concept, tikka seems to have been brought into India during the Mughal dynasty, which ruled there around the 16th to 19th centuries. So, paneer tikka is simply a dish with Indian cottage cheese and small pieces of vegetables marinated in a spice mixture, similar to chicken tikka but without the meat. So, it's pretty obvious that the dish in Senator Pramila Jayapal's picture doesn't look like paneer tikka. So what is it? Well, that's no great mystery, and if we scroll down to the senator's next post, she reveals the answer for us. It is a paneer tikka masala, literally paneer tikka served with a masala sauce, tomatoes and onions with a blend of spices. Of course, a paneer tikka masala is not a paneer tikka, but it seems pretty obvious that Senator Jayapal knew what she meant, and that her true crime was simply failing to anticipate the sheer volume of pedants ready to jump in and pick a fight with her. But of course, whether or not you believe that she knew what she was talking about needs to do her research or, other things. Hopefully any of you who were confused as to what a paneer tikka was at the start of this video have added at least one new fact to your general knowledge repertoire, ready to be taken out and wielded like a club at your next pub quiz, at least when all the pubs open up again. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you have any thoughts or just want to take the opportunity to tell a random person on the internet that they're terrible, then feel free to leave a comment below. If for some reason you want to support the channel further, check out my Patreon in the description, and I'll see you next time.